look at this. I guess you really do get to see me raw. Boy, that just came out really bad. Like I said, I'm trying to be honest in all things. But this is different. This is important. I've had my eyes open for about 9 minutes. But I thought maybe if I told some of you the changes I've gone through. I've come a long way. And I didn't realize it until just recently. But I think when I wrote the text for Truth the Spoon, I think it really started to come home to me. It's been coming in pieces. And what's all added together here is the changed Neo. The grown-up Neo. And I think maybe if some of you hear this, I don't expect your opinion of me to change. I'm still Neo. I used to be Thomas Anderson. I'm still trying to save the world. Hopefully not single-handedly. Not by flying around and dodging bullets. Not unless I'm wearing Kevlar and on a 747. 2 or 3 big things have changed. And I think it's time you heard them, because you heard my video last night. People answered. I'm very glad. I'm very touched. I have been ungrateful and I have been stupid. Morpheus. Remember him? Captain of my ship, my friend, mentor. He never judged the size of his crew. He left spots empty for months, years, because he figured that the right person would present themselves. He didn't panic and say, well, we're missing a spot, we're missing 2, we need to fill these right away, or we're not going to be working at full capacity. He never judged his crew by the numbers. The only thing he judged by the numbers is the people we freed. He's not here. I've changed the rules a little bit. I found myself being a leader. Never wanted to be, but I am. And instead of saying, oh, I'm not, well, I am. And that's how it is. It's how it's become. It's been almost 10 years, folks. A little longer if you include the whole work I've done long before that. So the first thing I want to say is, I've realized, and I had a phone call last night from a friend, a dear friend, that I've been out of touch with for so long. And I hung up the phone, and I heaved a sigh out of the bottom of my chest that cleaned all the poison out that's been sitting there for God knows how long. The poison that made me wake up screaming, I think. I told this person, I've been foolish. I worry about the numbers, I worry about the core group, I worry about all these people who say they believe, and then they vanish and they bail. And what does it matter? Why should that slow me down at all? Change number 1. Numbers don't matter. The results do. And I've come to understand that a handful of people who really believe in what we're doing and believe in me, not to put too fine a point on it, because we've been through this, and I've come too far to bandy semantics and worry about political correctness. And it's me with the vision, for better or worse. A handful of people who believe and are willing to work for the greater good mean 1,000 times more than 200 or 300 people who pay attention a little. And I've been ungrateful, immature, and incredibly stupid for not realizing that way sooner. It doesn't mean that the larger the core group, the more work that doesn't get done. It doesn't mean that I don't want to recruit and expand that core group. Because it's important, the work is important, and the more hands. Why do you think Nebuchadnezzar didn't have a crew of 1? Seriously. Alright, that's number 1. I want to apologize for that. Second thing is the mocking. I've talked about it a little. I meant to talk about, well, I wrote about it a little in news outlets and the new things, and there's something I'm working on. Said friend took time out of their working day to help me with the research this morning, before I was even awake from my haunted sleep, again, all night. And I cried. I woke up, I found an email, and I burst into tears 10 seconds after I'd opened my eyes for gratitude. People will mock, people will hurt me. People will fit me into every category there ever was. People will continue to make fat jokes, which I think is kind of funny. I mean, I'm looking at the camera, I'm not seeing 5 or 10 chins, but I guess to each their own, really. I mean, whatever. I wish they'd get some new material. TRIN and I were joking, actually Assat and I were joking about me going back through my blog and finding those 50 things you never knew about Neo, you know, and all the incriminating things that I finally had the guts to put up years ago. You know, the things like, I don't know, swing both ways. Anybody who's been following me for a while knows that. Take their fun away. Because I have no secrets from my people. Why should I? And what some people don't realize is the people who are inside, they know all this already. Anyway, I'm digressing again. The point is, it still hurts me. It's always going to hurt me. I am just one of those people. But if somebody tells me to go die because the world will be better off without me, yeah, it really kind of hurts me. It hurts me twofold. It hurts me that people can be so cruel, and it hurts me that it's pointed at me. Like I was talking to my friend last night. Anytime you tell somebody to go cram it, that they'd be better off dead, that why don't they don't just go hang themselves because their comment's stupid. There's a real living being on the other end of that post, folks. If you say that to some 16, 17-year-old, I'm 31, okay? I should be over it. But I'm still human. And I'm 31 because I've been doing this for 10 years and change. And no, I didn't even see the PC when it came out. I was in Europe, folks. I saw it years later. And I know somebody you can ask because I know who it was that showed me the first time. So that's the second thing. I'm not going to be stopped by this stuff anymore. And it may hurt me, and I may complain that it hurts me, and you're all going to have to deal with it. And by you all, I don't mean supporters, I mean the people who think it's fun to sit around and make up stuff. I think if I start doing the webcast that I talked about, I'll open the embarrassing factoids and get them right out of the way and get to the message. That's number 2. I haven't grown a thicker skin. I just bought a box of Band-Aids. Sometimes in a war, that's all you can do, isn't it? Third thing that's changed, I think. Is that I've grown up. I didn't realize that between the video yesterday, the conversations I had, these 6 straight hours, boy, the deja vu. On Truth the Spoon, on coding new pages, on putting up the videos. I'll tell you. In between all that, I started swaying on my feet and said, you know what, I think I'm gonna crash now. Welcome to my life. But I think I've grown up. Maybe what the world needs is a grown-up leader.